Hi children. Today we are going to study about two types of forces. One is contact force and the other one is non-contact force. If I want to lift this book, I have to apply some kind of force. And this force is not possible unless and until I touch it. So there is a contact between my hands and the book. When we draw water from the well, we have to touch the rope. And there is a physical contact between our hands and the rope. Okay, so here what kind of force are we exerting? When we want to push an object, here also we are touching the object. So what kind of force is actually coming into play? Now let us discuss what is that force called. And for doing all these actions, for bending our body, running, moving apart, for all these actions, we have to apply some kind of force. And what is this force called? Muscular force. What is this muscular force? Muscular force is nothing but the force exerted by our muscles to do these activities. The force exerted by our muscles to do the activities are called muscular force. The food in our food pipe, how is it pushed? It is pushed in by the action of muscular force. How do we inhale and exhale? When we inhale and exhale, there also there is an action of muscular force. But this muscular force is not possible unless and until we are having a contact with the object. So this force comes under contact force. If we want to do anything, if we want to lift an object, if we want to push an object, or if we want to do any of the physical activities, to have a contact with the object only we will be able to do that, and there we are applying muscular force. So muscular force will come under contact force, and this force is not possible. Even if you want to push a book with a stick, you have to apply and exert muscular force. So why it is coming under the contact force? Because there is a physical contact with the object and our hands. The next type of force is friction. When a ball is rolling on the ground, it will stop after some time. Have you observed that? When you stop pedaling your cycle, that will also stop after some time. What is the reason behind this? There is a force that is acting between the ground and the tire of the cycle. There is a force that is acting between the ball and the ground. What is this force? It is an opposing force, and this force is opposite to the direction of motion. When the ball is rolling on the ground, there is a contact between the ground and the ball. So what happens? The ball will stop after some time, and that force is called frictional force. Frictional force can be defined as a force that always opposes motion, and the direction of the frictional force will always be opposite to the direction of motion. So the frictional force is also contact force, because this force is possible only if there is contact between the two surfaces, the surface of the ball and the surface of the ground. I hope you have understood what are contact forces. We studied about two types of contact forces. One is muscular force and the second one is frictional force. Only if we are having a contact with the object, we can apply such kind of forces. There should be a contact between the two surfaces. Only then frictional force also comes to play. Okay. We studied about contact forces. Now next let us deal about non-contact force. From the name itself you may understand what are this non-contact force. Non-contact forces are possible even if there is no contact between the two surfaces. These things you all know what it is. It is a magnet, isn't it? When you bring two unlike poles, what happens? When the two unlike poles, that is north and south, are brought near, the magnets attract. And here, even if there is no physical contact, there is an attraction. And what happens when you bring two like poles closer? It will repel. Why it is repelling? Even though there is no physical contact between the magnet, when you bring the two like poles near, it will repel. When you bring the two unlike poles near, it will attract. So this force is possible even if there is no contact between the objects. So we have already studied in the previous classes that like poles repel and unlike poles attract. So this force is possible even if there is no physical contact between the objects. So this come under non-contact force. I hope you have understood what is magnetic force. Now let us study electrostatic force. I think this term is new to you because you have not studied earlier about electrostatic force. I will explain to you what is this electrostatic force. What is these things? These are straws. When you charge, we are having an experiment where we have to hang this straw. with a thread. And suppose you charge another straw with a polythene cover. Suppose you bring this charged straw near uncharged straw. What will happen? They will attract. So, what is this electrostatic force? Electrostatic force is nothing but the force acting between a charged object and an uncharged object, or between two charged objects. Suppose both the objects are carrying the same charge, they will repel. Suppose both the objects, one is carrying positive charge and the other one is carrying negative charge, they will attract. Suppose you take a straw, rub it, the end of the straw you are rubbing with the polythene cover, you are bringing an uncharged straw near it, these two will attract. Suppose you charge both the straws with the same polythene cover. In this case, they possess the same charge. When you bring it near, they will repel. Why do they repel? Because they are carrying the same charge. So, electrostatic force, you might have observed that activity also. You might have done in your smaller classes. If you take a scale, rub it with your hair and keep it on the top of the paper bits, what will happen? The paper bits will be attracted to the scale. That is also electrostatic force. Suppose you rub a balloon and then you keep it on the top of the paper bits. What will happen? The balloon will attract the paper bits, because the balloon and the paper bits, they carry different charges, unlike charges. So, these two will attract. Suppose they are charged with the same material, they will repel. So, electrostatic force is nothing but the force between a charged or an uncharged, or between two charged objects. What happens when we drop an object down? Why it is falling down? It is falling down because it is attracted by the earth. When we drop an object, why it is going down? Why it is not coming up? It is because of the force of gravity. What is this force of gravity? The force of gravity is the force exerted, the force of attraction exerted by the earth on the object. When we are dropping an object, it is falling down. The flowing water is flowing down. Why it is not going up? Here there is an attraction between the earth and the objects. These forces come under non-contact force, because these forces are possible even if there is no contact between the objects. So, the force of gravity is the force exerted by the earth on the object. Not only between earth and the object, between every two objects in the universe, there is a force of attraction, and that force is called as gravitational force. Every two objects in the universe, whether it is big, small, heavy, light, there is a force of attraction, and that force of attraction is called gravitational force. So, today we studied about contact forces, non-contact forces. Contact forces come to play only if there is a contact between the objects. Non-contact forces come to play even if there is no contact between the objects. Under contact force, what did we study? We studied two types of forces: muscular force, frictional force. Under non-contact forces, what and all we studied? We studied magnetic force, electrostatic force and gravitational force. Okay, bye children, meet you in the next class.